Holy cow. So you need to go here, and who cares about the bee? We'll just throw out like some honey instead, if we have the space for it. Although now I'm like with a fly. No, this fly doesn't work with this squad. I'll tell you why, okay? Because like a fly, it doesn't matter where you put them. Let's say we put them in the back. The eagle already summons one, so we're spitting out the fly like this. 2 full. Then the rooster in position 2 dies. It already spits out 2 chicks. The flies are going off. The wolf summons 3 pigs. 1, 2, 3. The fly's going off. It doesn't... Even if we combine the wolves, it doesn't make any sense. The fly will wait to summon now? They changed it. Okay, but even still, then they punch through the wolf. They have a turkey. The turkey dies. We get 1 fly or something like that. Or we have a... Oh, no, we'll get them off the pigs. You're right. Or we'll get them off the summoned unit. Okay, no. You're completely right then. We'll get them off of the summoned units. I worry about the state of our education system. Because there were, admittedly, there were people that were like taking the time to explain it. But then there were also like 10x more people that were like, just take the fly. Is that what you've been trained by the modern education system? Is like, don't come up with the reason so you actually reinforce the lesson. Just write down the right answer. Where did you go to school? A hagwon? No, don't give me that. People say things like, oh, if you make a Twitch message too long, the streamer won't read it. Okay, you're like 34 years old. Just write what you want to write. Don't write something so that like it gets read. Plus, have you ever looked at like a streamer as they read chat? The messages that are short get read and ignored. The essays they stun lock the streamer. Writing a long message is how you actually get read. It's like it's your first day on the website. No shot the person who wrote that is 34. I think you're projecting. We got some 70s birthdays in the stream. As scary as it is, my whole squad is dead. But they're also truly alive. No, no. Dude, what a way to go. I'll take it anyway. 9 wins is good. You gotta give him some credit for that one. Like that, it's more just what's the word I'm looking for? It's a remix of the joke. That is like, people will always like, they'll type toxic shit, and then you're like, don't be toxic, and they're like, oh, well, actually, the chat is a reflection of the streamer. I'm like, bitch, you're 32 years old. What do you mean, my personality? Your personality is a reflection of mine. You know how sad that is? Don't type that tragic shit in my Twitch chat. I'm just trying to chill here. Just trying to enjoy my life. You type the saddest thing I've ever heard. I'm too old to be considered physically fit enough to be drafted in the event that my country ends up going to war, but my personality is entirely derived from shit that I watch on the internet? What are you talking about, man? I'm literally just a guy. Can we get an audit for fun? The only people that I've felt like auditing today, it's been a very pleasant day so far, are the people who come in and ask for Dave the Diver. And we're at a point where, like, if I see 3 messages that say, where's Dave the Diver in a row, I don't know if you're familiar with baseball, but the 3rd strike means you're out of here. If Dave the Diver is so much fun to watch, why aren't you watching it right now? That's what I'm asking. Well, I mean, why aren't you watching somebody else play it right now? Sorry I asked for Super Psycho Baseball too much. I'm not mad at you, but did I see your messages? Yes. And you're misrepresenting it. Because you didn't ask, will you play Super Psycho Baseball? You did like, there was a little breadcrumb trail, which was like, hey, have you heard of the new game Super Psycho Baseball? And then wait like 15 minutes. Has he said anything about Super Psycho Baseball yet? There's a leading question. Objection, leading the witness? Why didn't you say anything then? Because people are saying stuff like 24/7. Like if you responded to every question that was in chat, there would never be dialogue in the stream. Everything is just a question. But like most of the questions are horrible because 95% of them are just, will you play X game? And the answer is almost exclusively no. And then the 1% of the time the answer is next, I want to get snippy because I'm like, yeah, literally in like a minute. I'm going to play the thing that you're asking about. Or they're like, are you going to play X today? And I'm like, I literally stopped playing it less than 45 seconds ago. The questions I love are, what's the best seed to go on a bagel? And then I'm like, I got to say poppy. I don't mind the sesame, but a sesame, I feel like it adds more to a hamburger bun than it does to a bagel. Everything isn't a seed. You're skirting the question. Best Subway bread? See, there's an example of another horrible question because everybody knows that it's Italian herbs and cheese. There's not even like there's no debate. Top 3? I go to Subway 2x monthly, and you don't need to have a top 3 breads. What kind of an idiot is like, oh, I want the same thing I always eat, but let's mix it up a little? Like, if you want variety, go to a better restaurant. Oh, I'm feeling adventurous today. I think I'll try oats and honey instead of Italian herbs and cheese. I would rather not fight 50, or I would rather not fight a 50-year-old or 5 10-year-olds, or 10 5-year-olds, or 51-year-olds. Because I don't think violence is the answer to most of our problems. If you're asking which one do I think that I would have the best chance if I was forced to fight them in like a gladiatorial setting, like maybe I've been abducted by aliens and we fight for the amusement of an audience, then in that case, I mean, I honestly think one 50-year-old. I'm not saying, I mean, a 50-year-old is just a guy. 5 10-year-olds, they're not going to be as strong as an adult, but the average adult is not 5 times stronger than a 10-year-old in a combat situation. I think if I had to choose, I would rather fight half a 100-year-old. If we just have to get to a sum of 50, what half? I'm going to be ambitious and say that it doesn't matter. Would you rather be able to eat whatever food you like without negative consequences or never need to sleep again? Yeah, it's a tough one. Those are both good. I'd have to think about it because it's tough just because what I want to say is I like sleeping, but with 8 hours a night to just do whatever I want, it would be nice to have that space for leisure time. But like, I know myself, I wouldn't use it for leisure time. I think sleep in a way is like, it's Mother Nature's way of keeping you honest. It's like you have to take a little window every night to recuperate. You can go like a night without sleeping, and then like you're like, oh, that's not so bad. And then if you try to push it for a second night, you're toast. Like it just keeps you honest. The mammal inside of you keeps you honest. So I don't think I would trust myself to use the extra 8 hours a day for something that would serve me well. So eating whatever I want with no negative consequences, I think it probably would lead to a better life. That's so sad. Why? Because I would be like using it to mop my floor instead of play RuneScape OSRS and jump on rooftops for 8 hours? You could bring back Isaac videos? Would you rather get an extra 8 hours of work done every single day by working an extra 8 hours, or eat tasty food with no consequences? That's a tough one. You know what? I'd take the food twice now. Thanks for your feedback. Me after eating 20 grams of uranium-135. They did say you could eat whatever you want. Dude, you could eat all your garbage and then you'd never have to take down your garbage.